Galbrena is finally getting her long-awaited rerun in patch 3.1 of Wuthering Waves. And Asterite is at a premium right now, guys, and so what are we to do? What are we to do? Are we getting Dr. Luke Harrison? Are we saving for Sigrika? Are we broke from Imeth and Linné and Mornier? Are we getting any rerun characters at this point? How worth it are they? Well, I think that we have a pretty good idea about Galbrena, and I will give you my thoughts today, as well as do my best to provide some useful information about builds, guides, build guide, weapons, rotations, teams, all that stuff, just like I do in all the other videos. So I hope you'll maybe feel a little bit more informed, and maybe I can help you make up your mind. As man, there's just a lot of asteroid to be spent, but not a lot to be had. So with that out of the way, welcome to Wuthering Waifus. My name is El Prazo Man, and we are here to discuss Galbrena. And thank you so much for joining me today. If you don't mind, please like this video, please subscribe to the channel, and please do consider going over to Twitch and following me on Twitch. We are running a giveaway right now for a limited 5-star character of a gacha game of your choosing, not mine, yours. And we are excited to do it. We will close the giveaway and run the drawing once we reach either 100 subs on YouTube or 200 followers on Twitch. We are about the same amount away on each of those platforms, so please go ahead and sub/follow on both. And let's get that giveaway closed and get someone a copy of their favorite character. Okay, well, again, thanks for joining me. Let's get into it with Galbrena. First, why don't we look at the tier list discussion real quick, since we just got done making our tier list, and if you want to check out my video on that, it's pretty lengthy and it is pretty in depth, and but I'm just going to quickly recap where Galbrena sits in all of it. And Pridewin has reached the same conclusion as me, that Galbrena is still very, very OP. Not quite up there with the big dogs, but this group right here of Luke, Zani, Frolova, and DPS Linné are nothing to scoff at either. So Galbrena is still in pretty good company, honestly. And Pridewin basically has the same, with a few key distinctions. They have Zani bumped a little bit down. They don't even have Linné in DPS, or if they do, they don't. They yeah. But Frolova, Luke are both there with Galbrena, and then so yeah. Anyways, yeah. So I think that's about right, right? Tier 0.5 is still pretty good. Is clearing all pretty much all in-game content as long as you can figure out combos and all that stuff. And Galbrena is one of the most straightforward. Has one of the most straightforward kits in this game, which is nice. Very good, very beginner friendly. But also the seasoned vets love to use this character too. The beginner friendly does not mean that she's not fun for you know, your union level 80 players. That's not what it means at all. So yeah, I think this is a character that's just gonna be she's just really fun to play, and she's got some great team options. She is not attached at the hip to one specific dedicated support. She's just, yeah, she's got some great options. So with all of that said, why don't we get into a team discussion here? Yeah, well, we'll get that eventually. Let's start with weapons. How about that? Um, so for her weapon, this is probably the biggest problem with Galbrena is you pretty much got to get her weapon. Um, if we're doing any other, well, okay, relativistic jet is going to be your free to play option, and I mean the other options that I'm seeing are like the Last Dance, which is Carlotta's weapon. I don't even really like mentioning that. I don't like mentioning other characters' SIG weapons, and there's a reason for that. This game guarantees the weapon. So, in a game like Genshin Impact, if I lose to Seat Lolly's weapon, uh, which is a true story, I am like, fuck. I don't have any character that I can use this weapon for. Like, what a waste. And then maybe some new character comes along at some point. I'm like, oh, I got a 5-star weapon just sitting on the bench right for you. But in this game, that's not happening. You're not just acquiring. I mean, I'm sure there are some people that are doing that, but that's weird, in my opinion. Why are you acquiring the weapon and not the character, and just hoping that in the future some character is able to use this weapon? And Carlotta's weapon doesn't even have a passive that is very helpful for Galbrena. It's just a very, very good stat stick. Um, Static Mist, same thing. It's just not the passive, not super helpful. Oh, whoops. This is not. These aren't good options. And let's look at the different like what her weapon does. So like a weapon like relativistic jet is going to be lacking in the main stat categories. The energy regen is decent that you'll get from the passive. The attack bonus is okay, but like compare that to Lux and Umbra, which is giving you 587 attack and a lot of crit damage. I mean, that's really nice. That's a pretty standard um, stat line for a 5-star weapon, but like it just the character is so much easier to build when that's the case. And then once we get to the passive, you're going to get 12% attack increase, and then this cool little passive right here where one hand shakes the other, right? You get the echo skilled, upon dealing echo skill damage, you're gaining 24% heavy attack damage. And then upon dealing heavy attack damage, you're gaining a 24% echo skill damage. So you can tell by that, um, what the main sources of her damage are gonna be. So, quick little spoiler. So just get the weapon, and if you can't afford to get the weapon, probably don't get the character. Unless you don't really care about meta that much, because without her signature weapon, I would say she is dropping a tier. She is dropping to tier 1. She is still can probably clear end game content depending on how you're how how good you're playing her and what her teams look like. But if you're trying to also run a free to play team, um, yeah, you're kind of toast, honestly. For her echoes, we're going to be doing the following. We're going to be running Flamewing Shadow, which came out in 2.7, so it was released for her. There's not really a reason that I can think of to do 5-piece of the any of the other fusion echo sets. Um, for the 2-piece, you can do Flaming Clawprint or Molten Rift. They're going to give you the same fusion damage increase. For the Flaming Shadow, I love how like vague and weird this description is when you consider how like look at this. Like look at how insane this is. And this is one of the most simple, basic characters that we have. Look how much reading material there is to understand her kit. Then, we come back up here, and it's just gain fusion damage bonus, crit rate of heavy attack damage, or echo skill damage increases. Well, what do you mean, or? Is it random? I mean, do I get to pick? What, what the fuck? I don't know. This game is weird. Anyways, main echo is gonna be Chorosaurus here. This big guy. And yeah, this one is gonna buff her main sources of damage. Well, it's gonna give you the fusion damage bonus, and then it's gonna buff echo skill damage. And so you are equipping it mostly for the passive. But it is like it's a good echo. Use the echo, and you'll want to use everyone in the party's echo. And I'll explain that in a second. But yeah. So for stats, doesn't get she does not get a lot of crit rate from her passives. So like building crit damage on her is going to be pretty easy, but like this is not an optimal build, guys. This probably needs to be like another 10% at least crit rate, and I would like another 10% crit damage. But that's where we're at for now. And frankly, when I got her in 2.7, I think this is what I do. I build characters, and I'm like, that'll do for now. And then I just totally forget to like go back and try to get it, make it better. Like look, no double crit there, no double crit there. But anyway. You should double crit. Don't worry about me. You should. Rules for thee and not for me, right? But yeah, you want to be double critting all your echoes. You do want some ER. That should be plenty. Honestly, you don't need a ton. But like I did have I think like I had another piece to replace. Was it this guy? And well, but no, that one has double crit and ER. This one just has higher crit rate, so I could have increased the crit rate a little bit, but wouldn't have got the ER. So you do want some ER. It's important. If you can get heavy attack buffs from your echoes, that's good as well. One of the things that is tough with Galbrena is that echo, like Frolova, echo skill damage cannot be obtained through echo substats, which can make it kind of tough. But her kit takes care of that for her, is the thing. Her kit takes care of that for her. So to try to simplify this, and again, what's crazy is this is like one of the most straightforward, simple DPSs ever. This really is like a button masher's dream. And I myself am a button masher, button masher who has learned how to play some of these characters and can get through end game content successfully. But still, I'm a button masher. I just a skill issue. Button masher. Button mashu. So to try to simplify it, she's got two types of thingies: Afterflame and Sinflame. Not to be confused with Lupa's Wolf Faith, or is there a Wolf Flame also? I don't remember, but because we are gonna see them in a team together in a second. Anyways, I don't really understand why they even had to do this because it says by default Galbrena is in threshold state. Well, why do they call it a state if it's just by default? Like she's never not in the state. Why don't they just say Galbrena accumulates after flame and sin flame? The first part of the sentence is unnecessary. Yeah. Anyways. Okay. So she needs to accumulate these two things, and she does both of those in different ways. Let's get first down here. I believe it is the bottom where it will tell us. Bear with me. Look at how long that is. Okay. Yes, here we go. After flame. Okay. She can hold up to 40 points of it, and she recovers 8 points when resonators in the team, herself included, cast echo skills. Echoes with the same name can trigger this effect only once, and this effect resets when Galbrena exits demon hypostasis. So basically, once per rotation, you will gain, depending on the team you're using, 24 points of this. So unless you're using characters like Chiwon or Frolova, a couple others out there, but those are going to be the main two that can give you more of that. And then Sin Flame is generated by Galbrena herself. And that is accumulated by hitting an enemy with the following attacks: basic attack, heavy attack, volley of death, mid-air attack, ashfall barrage, resonant skill, encroach, and intro skill, hell flare, overload. So a lot of ways to recover Sin Flame. Okay. So the Sin Flame, what it is used for, is to convert her resonance skill, Encroach, to resonance skill, Ascent of Malice. So the Sin Flame, which is the that's the stuff. Yeah, let me use the controller here because I can scroll down faster. That's going to be the second thing that we just read, right? That's going to be the second thing down here. So that's the stuff that Galbrena generates on her own. Okay. So when she reaches 100 points, then she's able to cast that enhanced resonance skill and basically do a fuck ton of damage. And then it's going to say here, after casting the skill, that is when Galbrena enters demon hypostasis. And Sin Flame will be converted into an equivalent amount of Purging Flame. And this can be followed by basic attack, Seraphic Execution, stage 2. And her Forte Circuit is going to tell you all these things that she does while in demon hypostasis. So that would be after consuming all of the Sin Flame with a resonance skill. You're in this demon hypostasis mode then. And all of these things consume, all of these new attacks that you're doing consume Purging Flame. And basically, you're just going to mash buttons until, I mean, it's really what it is. You're going to do just a shit ton of basic attacks until, and you are going to fit a liberation in there somewhere. But you do want to do that after you've entered all this, and you've entered this state, just to increase damage multipliers. And then yeah, basically you're gonna mash some buttons. You're gonna throw a liberation in there, Um, Again, make sure that you're using her echo like as soon as you can. Don't wait till the end. Um, And so, anyways, yeah, you're going to perform a bunch of attacks until that purging flame is completely spent and her concerto is full and she is ready to outro to the next character. So we're not quick swapping with this team. At least I have not seen anybody really uh, demonstrate to me that there's like some great Galbrena quick swap team or idea out there. Um, we will try some different teams today, but we won't try that. So for her, the bonuses are crit damage, which is unfortunate because her weapon already is giving the crit damage passive. It would be great to get crit rate here, and then, I mean, for me, then my crit rate would be 75 or 77 or something like that. But anyways, yeah, make sure you are um enhancing or unlocking these two passives. Um and make sure that you are, I would say, level up the middle three, the resonant skill, 4D circuit, and liberation to 10. And I mean, really, other than that, the rest of it, I mean, I always like to get every skill up to 6 at least. For her, I just, in this game, it's just, if you have the resources, it doesn't matter. Like, you can absolutely, what do you call that? Wouldn't be a triple crown, because there's 5 of them, so a quadruple crown, quintuple crown. You could quintuple crown her if you want to. Um, if that's something you're really into. You want to treat her right, you know. Okay, so all right. All that said, let's go give her a whirl, shall we? Just make sure that our no. Sure that our volume is good. Oh yeah. Okay. Okay. Uh Ooh, there's a Lalo campaign. I did not know that. Well, let's go to DPM first. How about we do that? Boom. All right. And quick spoiler: this account does not have Chiyuan, but Chiyuan is going to be uh, her probably best in slot teammate because he just synergizes very well with her. But I do think her without him, or she needs him less than he needs her. I've seen some people posting. I saw this twice just yesterday in a Facebook group. 2 different people posted like pictures of their account and said help with team building, and they had Chioan and no Galbrena and no Frolova, and somebody was like, "Why do you have this character?" It's like, and then I saw a similar post to that. But with Galbrena, she absolutely can still shine without him. He probably does bring her to her peak, and I would say with him and either of them well invested at all, it's a tier 0 team for sure. Um, Without him, though, you're looking at probably one of the teams I've found to be quite easy to play and pretty comfy is gonna be a monofusion team, kind of just replacing Changli with Galbrena. So that's what we will do here today. And we'll start with Lupa. Start with the Loopster. And we're gonna we want to make sure that we're, again, like I told you before, we'll make sure we're using every character's echo skill every rotation. even if that's not something that you're used to doing. I don't normally use Brandt's Echo skill, but when Galbrena is in the team, I absolutely do. Okay, so start with a couple resonance skill, Echo, Liberation. Hopefully I didn't use the Echo too soon. Okay, use that enhanced skill there. Okay, outro to Brandt. Liberation. Okay, you can mid animation just get out of that too. There we go. Okay, now we're in the demon hypostasis. We can now use the liberation. You get that great damage multiplier and outro to Lupa. Alright, kind of the same deal. Engage is full, and bam, glory. I like to kind of cast Brandt's Liberation about halfway through his gauge being full, so I can get back up in the, because that'll put me back up in the air, and then I can restart the combo, so I can kind of stay up there, and that builds his crit rate too. Anchors away. See, very straightforward, very easy. Damn, we're missing Lupa's intro. Her enhanced intro. Okay. Okay. Not a bad score. Not a bad score. And we missed a couple of Lupas really good. We missed her whatever the hell it's called. Nowhere to Run, I think. Burn to dust. So, anyways. And then one other... Well, there's a couple other options for her, actually. So you've got a Frolova option, and you can kind of just use a random sub / sustain. I like to use Chisa, but you can kind of use whoever there. But Frolova and Galbrena obviously going to synergize pretty well together. We could do like a... No, we could do Shorekeeper with the two of them and see how that works. And then there's one other team that I wanted to show you after that, and then we'll call it, we'll wrap it from there. Well, that's not going to work, huh? If I could do it without dying. She just went, She were using the Echo. I love that. Devour them all right when she drops her fucking nuke. Oops. Damn it. We had a grand opportunity there.
From the heart. Loading. War with time. Gotcha. I've come to send you to your grave. Fresh face. That's it. Oblivion. Prepare retreat. Begin. You're in cadence. Halt. Heed the echoes. The soul never entombed. Ordained. Loading. Astral modulation. You can't escape me. Behave now. Rise from hellfire. Just a scratch. No time to lick your wound.
Alright. Fucking sentry construct at the end though. But you okay. You get the picture. Yeah, that's gonna be a good team. And Frolova and Galbrena have really good synergy, and so if you had Chio on, you could throw him in there. I mean, if you're okay with no sustain, Lene would be great. And actually, my third idea for a team was just that, a Lene team, but this one is going to be more. This is a heavy attack focused team. And I don't know if it's better to do. The buff, whatever. We'll just go with the general buff on this little run. But is a great option for as a sub DPS for Galbrena, with the heavy attack. Because Galbrena, that's the second biggest source of her damage is the heavy attack, and then of course Lene offers the all attribute damage bonus, and then also of course being a sustain. So really good sort of wheelchair, but Galbrena needs no wheelchair. She's pretty damn solid. So we'll see what happens here. Did that really happen again? Alright. I'm not fucking around anymore. Here we go. I get thrown off when they start me off with the wrong character. I hate how this game does that. There we go. That's fucking normal this time. You're going to want to get... you can either do it by performing her Liberation or her Resonance skill twice, but perform that twice to get up in the whatever new moon cycle, and then perform the full moon thing at the end of her rotation. Absolute fullness, it's called. Make sure you're using everybody's echoes again. I probably should have used her Liberation sooner, because now it's not going to be up next time right away. But Lene's all attribute damage buffing just makes her so OP with anybody. So such a great. If you have Lene and you really want to get Galbrena, it's an easy pull. You know, she's gonna make your favorite DPS amazing no matter who they are.
Future. Reshape. Speak of the devil. Behave now. Bang. Wings and all. You missed.
Also, dodging is a easy source. Dodging for Galbrena is an easy source of her Sin Flame recovery.
Drive safe. Tie a bow.
So there is that.
That's my signature. Go over here. Hey, where's the fire?
There we go.
Closely. Entertain me. The moon is full. On you go. Fate. Reveal. Gotcha. Behave now.
There we go. And I don't know. We might have been able to do better with the heavy attack buff, but what I understand, there even the heavy attack buff is still only 20%. This buff was this buff is basically 20% for all types of damage. If enemies are taking 20% more total damage, so I don't know. Maybe I'm not understanding that correctly, but I don't know where I would be misunderstanding it. So anyway, in summary, Galbrena is a great character for the new and old to this game alike, and is probably going to be meta relevant for quite a while. Sigrika is going to be interesting though, because Sigrika, it looks like, is going to be another echo scaling main DPS. And I before I comment too much more on that, I'd like to see more leaks, whatever. I don't know enough to say one way or another for sure that she's going to be doing this or that, but it looks like it is going to be Arrow. What I do know, I'll tell you, is Arrow, Gauntlet. So if you've done a lot of farming for Luke, that's good. Hopefully you still have some mats for Sigrika. If not, you've got a couple weeks still to do all that. But Arrow, Gauntlet, Echo Scaling, main DPS. So it is like a good and bad for Galbrena, because like the good is that we're getting more characters that work this way, that synergize with echo skill damage. The bad news is that is she power creeping Galbrena is the question. I think the answer is probably no for now, because Wuthering Waves doesn't truly ever really do that. But like it will feel that way because there will be the shiny new toy. And everyone will start to kind of forget about Galbrena. Although that didn't really seem like it happened to Frolova when Galbrena came out, right? And they're always all a little bit different, like I've been saying. Each character feels just a little bit different, and their kits, especially really since since 3.0 at least, like the four characters we've gotten so far have just been so fun to play. Their kits are so different and unique, and it's just you can tell how much TLC went into the characters. And hopefully you can tell how much TLC has gone into the videos. Sometimes not much. Sometimes I just sit down and start and hit record, right? But no, I do put some prep into it, and I want to provide you guys with some insightful content, hopefully some entertainment, and whatever else. But so, guys, let me know down in the comments if you're pulling for Galbrena or if you're skipping her. And it'll also let me know down in the comments if you are excited for me to pull your favorite character for you. And please do subscribe so that I can make that happen. We want to give away another 5-star character. We already gave away a copy of Zabai to a Genshin Impact player about 3 weeks ago. And so we want to do it again. We can't do that without your support. So please do help support the channel. And you can also help support the channel by leaving feedback in the comments or on my Twitch stream or anywhere you like. Thank you so much, guys. Much love. And until next time, adios, muchachos.